Hey guys, it's your homegirl Amanda.
Hello, beautiful people. It's Jay.
And today is episode 3 of Becoming Her. This topic has been something that me and Jenna have been talking about.
Mm-hmm.
It's been in our minds.
We talk about it a lot, actually.
It's a every other day thing. Yeah. Especially when we're both people who like to overthink a lot and overthink about it.
We're not like to overthink, but we tend to overthink and analyze everything. And it could pick you apart when you think about yourself.
A lot.
And think about everything you're not doing right.
What?
Or everything you could improve on. Self-criticism on my end is hard. And I really am my biggest critic. I really am.
I mean, isn't everybody though?
That's true, yeah. But some people give themselves more grace. Some people, they look at life like they just let it flow. I feel like sometimes I try to control everything, and that's not possible. I can't control what happens to me. I can control how I respond to it, but I'm low-key like a perfectionist. I want everything to be boom, bam.
Yeah, I know. You have those traits. Yeah. I feel like you can. I always say to myself, I'm only in control of what I can control, and I couldn't force anything that's out of my power. I leave that up to God.
Yeah, I back up and backtrack and be like, Jana, what are you stressing about? Something you can't control? Just give it to God and find peace in where you at right now. That's why I think having gratitude within your journey is very good. But okay, I'm gonna ask you this question: what does becoming her look like for you?
Honestly, for me, it's a lot of attributes and traits and things that go into it for me, and it's gonna take me a while to get there. Not that everything's becoming her is a very long journey for me. And one of my aspects that I would like to be at my full potential at is being a good communicator and being clear and concise on my emotions and what I would like other people to know about me, especially if it's in a situation where we're both at a misunderstanding or there wasn't no communication at all. I want my end to be I would want you to be able to understand where I'm coming from. I'm not gonna, a lot of people is not gonna be able to see your viewpoint, and a lot of people is not gonna be able to put themselves in your shoes. But I would like to be satisfied in knowing that my emotions were clear, my thoughts were clear, and you were able to, understand.
I told somebody this the other day. I was like, don't hold your tongue. Mm-hmm. Whatever you have to say to a person, say it. It is not your issue to deal with how they are taking it in. And if they get offended or if they're so confused, if you are clear with what you want and you express that, however it's received to them, that's not your job to handle. And that's what I work on too. I guess my boundaries, me saying no to a lot of stuff. I feel bad for saying no to people. And I like to just be there, go with the flow, be with them. So that's something I could work on. And that ties in with me not having to explain myself. I don't have to explain myself to you. If this is how I feel, that's how I feel. And you can't tell me I feel something else. If I'm expressing that to you, receive it, and I can't control how you take it. And I will not put it on my plate to try to figure out. I should not feel like the bad person when I'm the victim, basically. And I have a habit of doing that, of feeling like every time I express myself, I'm the one always end up apologizing or feeling bad, even though I didn't do nothing. Or I'm just the one speaking it, bringing it out to light. I don't know. Some people just...
It's a lot of things go into what you said, honestly. Because I feel the same way, no. Nowadays, when I be communicating, I mean what I say, and I don't feel bad about it. Because it's just kind of like you have to put yourself at a certain standpoint. Like, everybody's not going to understand you, and everybody's feelings and how they take it, it's not up to you. You're right. You're not got time to be sitting here, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry for how I feel. Don't be sorry.
Yeah.
That's how you feel. You can't help how you feel, and no one can tell you how you should feel. Period.
Or like, do you ever like, you express how you feel? Like, I'm the type to put myself in everybody's shoes. Like, even if I'm hurt, I'm able to somehow understand why you did what you did. If that makes sense. Like, I'm able to step back and see like how other people, you know, why they do things. But at the same time, it's like I'll be in the middle of expressing myself, but then I catch myself like giving people like a dang, what I'm trying to say, like giving them an excuse to
act how they act.
Yeah.
Or for
to
how
like
they were acting.
Yeah, I find a way to make it okay.
I don't know why.
And
because it's not okay.
It's not okay, but I always find a way to like be. I don't even know.
I don't know why you do that. It's like you.
It's something to work on. It's something to work on.
Put it into words. You just. I feel like you have a mindset, or the way that you think. You are able to put things past you. You are able to, I guess, understand. Well, no, what you're trying to say is that you basically, whatever happens to that person or how they act,
I find a way to justify.
I
need to stop that.
And it's not okay. Yeah. You hold them accountable for their actions. They know what they did. They know exactly what they did. And they didn't care about how you felt and about how it affected you. Because in their mind, that's just how they feel.
That's why, like,
you gotta hold.
If I get like, it's no, like I said, I express out this all the time. It's no in the middle for me. Either I will not care, or I will care too much. And so usually when I get connections with people, I start forming that I care too much, and that's where like my boundaries, like, of course I have boundaries, but like I'm lenient with them. You know, they're flexible and they shouldn't be flexible. So that's something to definitely work on as I'm evolving and growing into a better person. And it's definitely
a work in progress.
It is. It sure is. What other thing would you say would be
a part of becoming her?
Or not, okay, becoming her or him, y'all. It's for everybody. Let's say reaching our fullest potential or striving towards that. What else would you say?
Okay, so that's like communication. Another thing would be but overthinking for me. I would it's hard for me to not overthink about certain things in my life, especially when it comes to my personal life. I overthink a lot of my situations that I have been in, and I find a way to, like Jonah says, justify why it happened or why they did what they did.
See, and how you gonna go? You just said that was so bad for me.
It is bad, but I'm trying to get out of it because I realized I snapped myself out of that thinking, and I'm just like, no. You're valid. What you did was valid. What they did was valid. And hold them accountable for their actions. I would never know why they did what they did. They couldn't even tell me why they did what they did. And it's just a part of life. You're not going to be able to understand everyone. And with my overthinking, I try to I pinpoint where I don't understand. And then I go back and backtrack. And so I try not to, or I am going to try not to overthink what goes on in my personal life, because things happen, and you can't control, like we said, we can't control what happens in life.
I think that's very, very, very true. Like we said earlier, just give it to God. Really, that's all we can do. For me, I would say to stop caring. Like, I care about like what people would see me as, or like how they would think of me. I care and I don't care. A lot of people think I just don't care. Like a lot of people see that like
You give that off.
I give off like I don't care. But then that's where like, you know, don't judge a book by its cover, because I actually do care, and I care about how people see me. And it's like weird, but I care about how I see myself. I mean, it's not weird. That's not weird, but
That's not weird at all.
that's not weird. But in my head, it's like, I don't know. We're not gonna talk about it. I care about how I see myself, and like I said, I'm my biggest critic. And from the outside looking in, like I'm looking at myself through life. It's like I judge myself so hard, and I
think you see yourself in a certain aspect, or the way
I
other
do.
people see you. You take that into account, and you feel like you have to act the way that they see you.
Yeah,
And you shouldn't.
something like that, but not fully. Like I don't care what people think about me per se, but like my actions, like my family knows I want to be a doctor. Cool. It's a standard I feel I have to live up to sometimes. Like,
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
I don't know if it's oldest daughter syndrome or daughter syndrome, whatever, but like sometimes I feel like there's a standard for me to live up to, and that's okay. Like I will live up to that standard. I set standards for myself in my life anyways, so of course I want to reach those standards and I want to exceed them. But like just having the pressure of like everyone looking at you a certain way, and you just feel like if you do this thing, they gonna think of you this way. Or what if I don't become a doctor? Would they be disappointed in me? Like stuff like that. Like it's just pressure. I mean, I want to become a doctor because I want to become a doctor. Let's get that straight. Like this is something I feel is my calling. But what if I didn't want to become a doctor, and I was solely just doing it from the pressure? I like the pressure a little bit, but it's overwhelming. Like when I'm not doing good, I feel like I'm just failing. And everybody's going to look like, oh my gosh, she's failing. I thought she was doing so well. And it's just like, no, guys.
But it's funny.
I mean, it's just like, I don't know. But like, I'm trying to make sure like I cut all that off and only like pay attention to what I want. Because like I think of this all the time. 10 years is going to fly by. 10 years is going to go by whether I'm a doctor or not. So like picking what I want to do and sticking to it is what's important. If I know I want to be a doctor, why am I not doing things to be a doctor? That time gonna come by. It's either I'm be in the same spot, I'm be getting closer to my goal. So I guess just eliminating the extra thoughts that aren't myself, I guess. I like having critique from other people, but you know, I do hate people trying to tell people what to do with no experience. Oh my gosh. I hate that.
Saying this for a few weeks now.
I have been, because it's been like so many people around me got so much to say. And I'm like, y'all, once you get it popping, then let me know, okay? But let me like I told you the other day, I like to, so you could tell me all day long, but I like to see it for myself. So I'ma jump in it and I'ma see what it is. And if it wasn't good, if I was playing with fire, okay, cool. I learned that for myself. I didn't learn that by word of mouth from you. I like the experience, and I like to learn from the experience. So like, you're doing all this rah-rah, and like what you got going on is not like, you know, it wouldn't, this probably sounds so harsh, but it's not an example I would look at. So why do you feel you have like so much to just come to me about and tell me how to do what I want to do? That makes no sense to me. Like, I don't know.
I really think it's just, they just like to, some people just like to hear themselves talk.
Yes. Or they feel like they so wise. Like some people feel like they so wise, and I just be looking at them like, wait.
So I do the same thing.
I hear
like,
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some stuff I leave on the table. Some stuff I do take. So everything everybody be talking to me about, I don't just disregard. But some people, baby, I just let them talk, honey. Let them talk.
You can't do nothing about it. They think they're doing something. Just let them think your chair. Because at the end of the day, That sounds so terrible. But everybody does that though. Like if you really think about it, people who be hearing other people talk about what they should do and they have no idea no idea about the situation, or if they haven't even went through it. Yeah. They're gonna talk about it, talk, and I'm just like, okay, buddy. I mean, I never asked, but thank you.
I mean, I catch myself doing it too, but it's usually when people come to me. I don't just go around talking about people's business. Absolutely not. Like, why? Like, what? So, like, if you coming to me, I'm gonna have my opinion. You're coming to me about it, and I'm gonna tell you how I feel about it. If you don't want to hear what I have to say, don't come to me.
No, she never asked me.
Don't come to me. That's another thing. Being unapologetic. Unapologetic. That's how you say it. Unapologetic. Yes. Stand up. Okay. Stand up.
What Jerry said? Pick your.
Don't say that. Do not say that. But yes. What else?
Pick yourself up, man.
I want to be more of a leader too.
I was gonna say being more kind to yourself.
You're not kind. Oh, to yourself.
To yourself. I know at times I could be very harsh about, especially body image and how I perceive myself and how others perceive me. I really take that into account. I know a lot of times, like, I would say, "Oh my gosh, I'm so fat."
Girl, y'all, so please.
I say this. I don't even know how many times a month.
Bye.
And I'm really not fat.
She's not fat at all.
Not fat at all. But it's just how I be, especially where I'm at in life. Like, if things are not going the way I want them to, or if things are just like, or situations are, it's just things just keep happening back to back to back to back, and it's just like I can't catch a break. I'm just like, everything is just, it's just terrible, and I just can't deal with it right now. I look ugly. I'm fat, and so I guess it's more of like is it self appearance? Yeah. It's just when I think everything's going bad, I just think I look bad, and then everyone around me thinks I look bad. And like,
you know what?
That's really how I
literally
sometimes.
Be looking at you. I'm like, you are really beautiful. What are you talking about? I have never looked at you and say, "Oh, she's fat." Like what? Like what?
Of course, but it's just my inner thoughts sometimes, and I just be talking. I really just be talking just to talk sometimes, just to hear what other people have to say. Like, I like to put people to a test. Like, if I say something,
that's evil.
If I say something,
why?
And I would like to know what your thoughts and opinions are without.
No, like, you like to set yourself up. That's what it sounds like.
I don't know. It's something I'm working on. Like, I need to be more kind to myself and knowing that I am beautiful and I am smart, kind, loving. I say, like, I think it was it Gabrielle Union, when she was talking to her daughter, and she was in the mirror with her daughter, and it was on Instagram, and she was basically saying to her daughter, "I am kind," and her daughter would say back, "And I'm beautiful," and her daughter would say back, and it was just certain things that I decided to implement in my life where I would say those things, especially when I feel down. So I'm working on it. I tell myself I'm beautiful, I'm kind, I'm resilient, I'm able to control the things that I can't control. And it honestly, it helps. It really do help. So I am working on it. But my thoughts, it still comes in from time to time. And I just have to, give it to God. And say those words of is it how you say it?
Affirmation?
That's it.
I agree. I definitely think your mental health affects how you look at yourself physically. When I'm like, I don't feel okay mentally and I'm like stressed or, frustrated, I think I am like, I'm not pretty. And I don't feel pretty, and I feel so like, with myself. And then when I'm, in the mirror, everything's going smooth, life is good, I'm like, Gianna, you're really pretty. Like, you're actually really pretty.
That's how it happens.
And I'm like, your mental health matters so much to how you like view life, how you perceive yourself, how you perceive others. And it's just, mental health is nothing to play with.
What?
It's not. I'm not saying I have anything like serious, but the little waves that go through, everyone goes through it. Everyone feels down. Everyone feels like they're not enough, or like they always doubting themselves somehow. So I definitely just I'm working on that, and I'm praying for, I pray every day for God to heal me in, mentally, physically, and spiritually. So it's just a work in progress. And, like once you like your mental health, your mental health affects your performance. So, like when I'm in school and I get stressed out, I'm not doing good. Like it's hard for me to even think that I can do good when I'm down. And then when I'm like okay and I feel better, I'm like, Johnny, you could literally do this if you put it to the like work for it. Like what are you not doing? My motivation, I'm not gonna lie, y'all. My self-discipline is not where it needs to be, especially for me trying to become a physician. I got a lot of work to do in that aspect. But all I can say is I have a goal, and no matter how long it takes, I'm going to get to it. And that's another thing for me, is to stop comparing myself. Compare myself to people in school, compare myself to people on social media. Because a lot of people romanticize, like, doctors being a pre-med and stuff. All the people I see on there, it's mainly people who they got A's in chemistry. They got accepted into so many schools, and I'm just like, I'm not at that point yet to where like it is time for me to apply, but it's not time for me to apply yet. I don't know what I'm doing yet, but I don't have perfect grades. I'm trying to be more involved on campus. I'm trying to get a name for myself, and that's outside of school stuff. That's just for me to take on in the real world as well. I have to be able to advocate for myself and stand up and look like present myself better. I definitely think I could work on presenting myself a little bit better instead of being so shy all the time. I be trying though. I really do be trying. I'm not even gonna hold y'all. I be trying to look like I'm, excited. I really be excited for stuff. But like, I'm usually not the first choice. That's another topic. No, we can discuss that today. I have a past of, not being the first choice. Not getting in on the first try, and always having to apply the second time or like spin the block again. And I definitely think that affects me now. Like I'm thinking into the future, like what if you might not get it. You might not get into med school when you think you're going to get into med school. And like, I'm trying to shift my perspective. I am working on shifting my perspective on stuff. And like, what's for me will be for me always. So, God works in mysterious ways. Let me tell y'all that this week was a week of surprises for me. Well, last week was a week of surprises for me. And God is good. And I definitely stand by that 1,000%. But when we do go through those gray areas and we're sitting here doubting ourselves, we're doubting God, we asking him, how do they get it? Why don't we have it? That's where I literally have to step back, like I said earlier, and realize I can't control that. They have something I don't, probably. Or it just wasn't my time. So that's definitely something I could work on as, evolving into Jayana Superior. But yeah, I compare myself a lot, and even outside of school, like other kids my age, what they be doing and stuff. But it's not their story is not my story. My story would never be their story.
Everyone has a journey, y'all.
Everyone has a journey.
They gotta go down their path and do what they have to do.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's really it. I don't really think I have. Well, John already hit the main point. She was talking for a minute. So
excuse me.
She hit all the points she needed to hit, baby, and she basically hit some of my points as well. Not comparing myself to other people, being able to, reel in on myself and put myself in a good self-discipline. I think I have a good self-discipline. And just continue to have those attributes about myself and to know that I'm not alone in this. Johnny, you're not alone in your thoughts. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people out there that wasn't the first choice. I know I wasn't. I wasn't the first choice at all. But it's okay. We're gonna be the first choice to something else, and something else, and another thing, and it's gonna be a cycle of being the first choice, not being the first choice, having to apply again. I just think it's a part of life now. I'm just holding myself accountable for the things I can do, and working on the things that I need to work on.
Yeah. But reaching my full potential, it's in the works, of course. And the journey not gonna always be rainbows and Skittles and unicorns. And there's gonna be dark clouds and rain and winds. And it's my job to keep my faith as my firm foundation.
That's it.
And get through it. Life gonna go on. Like, you would not be in that season forever. And I feel like if you are stuck in that season, it's probably you. You probably not doing something to go toward a better, life. Or try to make every day something, Just try to be positive. I backtrack and I correct myself when I'm thinking too negative, or I'm just giving up on myself, and I literally look at life and I'm like, you have so much time. What's the rush? There is no rush at all. I have my whole life, and whenever I do go, I just want to make sure that I left a mark on someone, a community, somewhere in this world, and that's my goal. That's my goal at the end of the day. And I'm just ready, I'm ready to endure everything, whether happy, sad, mad. It's all a part of my journey. And I know it's gonna be a lot of days where I'm crying, especially me trying to go to med school. Whew. It's gonna be a lot of times. I know this feeling of me not feeling like enough, when it's not gonna go away, but it's how I go around that. It's how you go around that. We can all do it, y'all. I promise. Stay with me. And let's do it together. And let's prove that we got it. Prove that you can do it, And prove it to yourself before you prove it to somebody else. That's what I have to say. It's your story. It's not your parents. It's not your sisters. Not your uncle who wants you to go to the military. Like, it's nobody's journey but yours. And all the pressure and stuff, if it's not good pressure, it doesn't need to be in your life. And yeah, Gianna will, the Becoming Her, Gianna is happy, content, successful, and fulfilled with her life. That's what I know. I see her. She coming. I feel it. A couple more years. We got some time, but she coming. And Amanda gonna be right by me and her beings, like she say all the time. She gonna be rich auntie, y'all. I swear. I drop my kids off at her house. She gonna spoil them, like she say. She gonna be rich in 2 years. She's a nurse. I'm speaking it right now. She is a nurse.
As long as somebody see it.
I see it.
That's it.
But yeah, y'all, I hope everyone has a fantastic week. And I cannot wait. Oh, well, you have something to say?
No, you said it all. I hope y'all heard us clear. I hope y'all understand us. And thank you guys for tuning in.
Yeah, we would like to know. Comment under the videos. The post that we made, or respond to like reviewers or something, and tell me what you guys feel becoming her or him consists of for yourself. All right, guys. So that's the end of this episode. We hope to hear back from you guys about what you think becoming her or him consist of from you. Amanda, do you have anything else to say?
No.
All right. Have a great week, you guys. See you guys. Stay tuned for the next episode.
Bye.